upon us a balmy 49 degrees, and for the Charles Street rivalry, we are underway. Ball being played into the offensive portion of Hopkins. Joe Houlihan picked. He will be a focal point all day of this Loyola defense. Rawson, he's got outstanding vision, as does Brooks English. This is Collison on a short stick. Pump fake, gets into the middle of the defense, and Max Watkinson. The chick, 10 and white, second midfield line for Johns Hopkins is into the contest. Jacob Sullivan, short stick defense, and that is Charlie Eiler. Beautiful dodge from behind the cage, gets top side, sends it far post. Hopkins is out to a 1-0.
If you're Johns Hopkins, this is exactly what you want. Charlie Eiler coming off of picks in space, getting up the hash. The two-handed California product just doing a great job turning the corner.
And there you see a little modification. 17 in green is Chase Gregory. He's a long stick midi, starting at close this season for Loyola, but he's out playing against Collison, and it doesn't really matter as Chuck Rawson just glides right down University Parkway through the teeth of the Loyola defense and slips it.
Just way too easy for number 51 in white, Chuck Rawson. What I loved about that take, there wasn't anything fancy about the initial move, but watch his pump fake right there. Freezes the defense for a second. I think if you're Charlie Eiler, you scored the first one high, you got to put the second one low. Watkinson making a veteran move there on the save.
Max Watkinson then clears it on his own, gets in a little bit of trouble. Charlie Toomey calls the timeout to save possession for Loyola. The Charles Street rivalry. So Collison cycles it behind the cage. English, he's got great vision. Slippery player, quick slide. Jimmy Ayers, he's been quiet so far. Finds Eiler, who front swings and sticks it. The Hopkins offense continues to be methodical and productive.
Mark, the word that comes to mind for me right now for this Hopkins offense is just balance. They have a lot of pieces that are really fitting into the role that they need to fit into. Brooks English and Rawson are those quick
offensive players through the first couple weeks of the season. Eiler certainly in that group. Shot from Jimmy Ayers goes wide. Eiler is 2 out of 3 shooting for today. He was 2 for 11 coming into. Hopkins patiently surveying this defense for Loyola. 55. Hevia up top, and there's Collison with a rocket.
For as big as he is and how much velocity he can get on that ball, that was so impressive. Watch here, he's going to catch the ball. Feet are set, loaded in and out, and that thing is getting upwards of 100. I think Max is doing a tremendous job in cage, bailing them out, but it's just because Hopkins is getting to the middle of the field whenever they want because they're not getting touched up.
Rawson behind the back feed to Chavette. And Hopkins right now is getting downhill on Loyola. 5-0.
Confidence right now, Johns Hopkins. Tremendous pass there from Chuck Rawson to behind the back. Just a little bit of that to Hunter Chavette. I think he has a little bit more time than he actually thinks to shoot that ball.
Parker Sorensen, talented freshman for Hopkins, applying the defense, but Brady Quinn fights through the pressure, bounces it home, and the Greyhounds are on the board.
The Greyhound faithful in the crowd, super fired up for their guys. Brady Quinn getting top side, just using a little bit of physical.
Errant pass being run down by Connor Wilbur. Wilbur now, they have numbers. Shot, goal! Mitch Cavey from downtown. Loyola has scored 2 in a row.
This is what the fans came to see. Mitch Cavey just stepping into it, letting one unwind, going low to low. That's a difficult.
Than a mid-April game against a Patriot League opponent. That's just the way it is because of the proximity, the history, the rivalry, everything. And so lucky to be with you here today, Jules, and be a part of it. David Desquie, shot fought off by Matz.
Able to win and stay in this game because Hopkins is just too good everywhere else in the field for them to have those self-inflicted wounds.
Chase Gregory, wrap check on Ralston. Ralston finds Ayers. Ayers looking to get underneath. Nice job for Loyola to hang him up a little bit.
Tremendous ability to feed the ball. I mean, his ability to get down the alley there and whip that through to Chavette. I mean, that was an elite feed, Mark.
He's got great vision. Uses that size to look over defenses. And there's an errant pass. Chavette.
Right.
Well, the PLL and WLL Champion Series starts later this month. Can't wait for that. Always fun, fast-paced action. Feed across, Mason Cook, the one-timer, sails wide. Musgrove, 13 in green with the feed.
Anything more positive about Kyle Harrison is what he's done for me in my career. But yeah, 2005 national championship, going undefeated over their time at home. I mean, it's just such an impressive stat.
Chavette with the shot going wide. I think even more impressive, we got a Rutgers guy saying nice things about a Hopkins guy. I like that. Pass. Shot just goes wide, picked up. West, shot, score! Miles Halter sent it across the face of the goal. Brady West, the senior out of Rockville Center, picks it up, puts it home. Loyola.
Brady West, just right place, right time. Snags the ball out of the air, gets up the hash, catches dash. Lemony off.
Collison again getting matched up on a shorty. Tyler Olson is the sophomore. And Collison jumps through the crease, and he hammers it home. Not in the goal mouth.
Getting underneath there, leaving his feet, little pump fake, whoop, and able to get in front of the cage. I mean, there's a lot of skill there. There's a lot of athleticism. I've been very impressed with Matt Collison. I'm seeing why.
Saying that is a secret superpower of Brooks English. He had 3 calls turnovers against Towson, and that one leads to a goal from Jimmy Ayers.
Doing the little things, doing the dirty work on the ride. These are things that the casual lacrosse fan isn't going to see and be blown away by. But that's stuff that's what championships try to earn a great shot, maybe try to double dip a little bit if you can score the ball.
Top side, Halter comes back to his right, lets it fly. Lamedy, no problem with that one. 4th save for the fresh, the outside. Minikis finds McGorry. McGorry, the one more, Cook roofs it. Nice little touch pass, McGorry to Cook, and Loyola cashes in on the extra man.
That was real nifty, man. Cook just dropping his hands, pulling it up top shelf.
Murphy back to Minikis. Minikis, nice feed. Cook front swings and scores. That's the feeding ability of Matthew Minikis on a rope. And Loyola.
Mark, this was a special feed, special finish. I mean, Minikis' ability to throw that ball so accurately to Cook coming up field, getting around the defender, and then Cook.
You think it's been cold the last couple of weeks where they played. I think it was out in Wisconsin. The temperature had to reach 0 before they kicked off. The game was delayed.
But as I was saying, Mark, when you come to Johns Hopkins, you come here to play big games.
Ralston inside, and that's a big look from Charlie Eiler. The Blue Jays convert on the EMO, and that's a big goal for Hopkins.
The past few years, a guy that's just a presence behind the cage, settles you in, can make reads like that consistently, finding Chuck Ralston, bending in. That's an easy thing we've called a couple times this game. Ollie, his brother Asher.
There he is, he just fought. Oh, excuse me, that was Eiler, just fought through a check. He gets hog-tied, flag flies, and Johns Hopkins will be on the power play once again.
You notice Loyola jumped into his zone yet again. Try to give Hopkins a different look here down the stretch of the second quarter.
Timeout taken by the Blue Jays. They will have 27 seconds left to work with.
Could be, because he's a guy that I think can be a tremendous piece of this Hopkins offense. Continues to showcase his ability to score the ball righty, lefty, quarterback, and feed the ball. He does so many little things well. As a guy behind the cage, he can play.
With his approach, Trujillo trailing him. Rawson over to Collison. Collison, arms free, shot. Watkinson again. Ball's loose in front of the cage. Who's going to come up with it? We've got a crease violation. It's Loyola ball. 13 seconds left to go. 9 saves for Watkinson. He was looking for that quick restart. They've got to come back to the crease. This is dangerous. Ayers underneath. Shot and a goal. Charlie. It's Brooks English.
English is just so sneaky. He's kind of always in the right spot. Ball's just bouncing to him. Getting takeaways. And watch here a little physicality, Mark. It just shows to you offensively that there's a presence here. I have to be concerned. I'm not just going to get what I want versus defense when you get cross-checked like that.
Callahan. Rawson gets by him, and Watkinson with a beautiful save, but it looks like Rawson stepped. Loyola trying to play the sub game. Minikis now working on the short stick defense of Lacey. And Cavey just airmails one over top Minikis' head, number 7 in green. Turnover, the 8th schedule, a 9-team league, which traditionally only one team makes the NCAA tournament. Shot and a goal. That is David Desquie. Nice ball movement by Johns Hopkins, and Desquie, beautiful placement on that shot.
Stepping up here and showcasing a beautiful shooting stroke, getting that low to high, dropping his hands back. Watch right here, shooting that off.
Right. But again, I'll argue he didn't interfere with the path of Burke, but still, that's why I'm up here and not down on the field. Nice skip pass shot, and it doesn't get much smoother than that. Eiler to Rawson, who paints the corner, and all of a sudden,
with the deceptive little feed right there, turning his head, watch right there, turns his head so that it deceives the defense, makes it look like he's going to pass to the player adjacent to him to the right. But it's hard too, and not only playing at any Division I school, but to your point, a school like Johns Hopkins, where you have the rigor in the schedule, you have to be able to like the guys in your locker room and have fun.
Matt Collison continues the Blue Jay barrage as he roofs a dart under the crossbar.
For Collison here, just no one even 3 yards, 4 yards close to him. His hand's free, exactly where he wants the ball in his left hand. Just sticks that under the crossbar. That's way too easy for him. He's going to...
Cook got away with a little bit of a long john with a short pole. And now he's like a piñata, getting beat on. But does a nice job of getting the ball out of pressure. Chase Gregory on the backside, whips it. Shot goes over the cage, backed up by the Greyhounds.
Chase Gregory, he wanted some self-inflicted wounds, but this game got a little bit out of hand when they just continued to make opportunities, to not take advantage of the opportunities that they could.
Keenan Everhart has been handcuffed today. Played right away. And he's a natural long stick midi, so the transition to close defense and their number 1 cover guy has been good for him. There's another mishandle. Liam Burke steals it, comes down over to Chavette. Shot goes wide. Watkins. We will next see the Blue Jays next week. Can't wait for that one. Friday night at North Carolina. Tar Heels off to a 2-0 start. There you see the reminder at the top of your screen on the 8th.
Success versus Hopkins. You look at a team like Michigan, they lost their offensive coordinator and Scott Bita. He's at Rutgers now. So we're going to see how they figure out offensively how to produce more. And you look at a team like Penn State, they lost Matt Trainer offensively. Hunter Aquino has dropped down to attack. They're adjusting.
Big hopes, though, for the ACC this year as well. What a look at the ball movement, the passing behind the back, and it trickles in. Looks like Watkinson got a piece of it, but Chavette just put enough mustard on it to get past the Loyola netminder. And it is 13-5 lead.
These guys are just having fun. I don't know what else to say. I mean, look at Collison. He's throwing behind the back passes, Chavette face dodging, getting underneath, finishing.
48 mark of the second quarter. Carson Hall wins it. Nice feed. Mason Cook, nice feed. And there's Lomedy again. Keenan Everhart gets denied once more. Right on the doorstep. Lomedy using all.
I've been on Everhart a lot today, but credit to Dash Lomedy on this save, just being able to match stick to stick with Everhart. That was the first time I really felt like his hands were too much today, but those last two, you see why Coach Peter Milliman of the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays is so high on Dash. Takes up so much of the cage, but has quick enough hands to deny Loyola.
You can't get that one. Nice transition goal there for Mason Cook.
Chase Gregory initiating. Mason Cook finally getting that ball past Dash. His ability to wrap around Dash Lomedy there, number 51 Mason Cook, and just kind of.
Duffy 5 points, 1 goal and 4 assists. They combined altogether for 13 points, as Petramala also chipped in with an assist. They'll play Iona tomorrow. 5:38. And we talked about it. That goal at the end of the first half where Hopkins scored, that was a backbreaker for Loyola. Everhart gets topside, finishes, showing off that range. I'll tell you one thing about Everhart. He's been stuffed several times here today, but he keeps on going.
Loyola, they're going to have to learn a lot from a loss like this, but it's going to have to turn around quickly for the gauntlet of schedule that they have coming up.
Jays throw it into the air, and that'll do it. Johns Hopkins.
Charlie Eiler got involved. Brooks English got involved. Chuck Rawson. Can't forget Matt Collison, the big lefty. Tremendous job by Hopkins, showcasing exactly